WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our hour-long edition of WCBI News. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reporting a sharp increase in new COVID-19 cases. Today's report shows 713 new positive cases and 14 deaths. In our area, Lee County has the most new cases with 31. 600 people are hospitalized throughout the state with confirmed or suspected coronavirus symptoms. 170 of those patients are in ICU. State health officials report 25 to 39-year-olds have had the most virus infections of any group in the state. Females and African Americans have had the most cases in those demographics. More than 94,000 people in the state are presumed recovered from the virus. Well, voting is moderate to brisk today for the runoff election. Voters at this New Hope polling place are deciding between Lynn Wright and David Chisholm. Both are in the race for State House District 37. Wright and Chisholm were the top vote getters in the special election for the seat. Former incumbent Gary Chisholm, he recently retired. Now, in parts of Oktibbeha, Choctaw, Webster, and Montgomery County, voters will choose between Bart Williams and Joyce Meeks Yates for state senator for District 15. We'll have results for you coming up tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10. Well, with less than 1 month until the general election, Mississippi Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith is in North Mississippi speaking with local Republicans. The senator visited with members of the Lowndes County Republican Women's Group and their guests today. She was appointed by former Governor Phil Bryant to represent longtime Senator Thad Cochran. Hyde-Smith is running as a conservative who supports the president's Supreme Court pick. And although she is not committed to a debate with her opponent, former Mississippi Congressman and U.S. Agriculture Secretary Mike Espy, she says she would be willing to face him.
I don't mind it at all. We're just working really hard. I'll be back in D.C. on Monday, but I'd probably enjoy it more than I need to enjoy it. But there's stark contrast differences between the two of us. So really, we don't know what there would be to debate, but certainly willing to do it.
Thank you for being here. Senator Hyde-Smith is speaking to the Lee County Republican Women's Group in Tupelo this evening. Well, it is at the top of the list of things to complain about in 2020. Students who live along Blackjack Road in Oktibbeha County and their families have argued for a wider road and easier access to the Mississippi State campus. Yesterday, we told you about a new road that will connect Blackjack and Lee Boulevard. The traffic burden will ease and students will find themselves on the opposite side of campus. WCBI's Bobby Martinez looks at how the project will change campus.
A new infrastructure project is underway here on the MSU campus. This 2-mile road called Bulldog Way aims to ease the amount of traffic, but also getting to and from here as a student a bit easier. Traffic, a traveler's biggest headache.
It's just been pretty bad the past couple of years.
But change is soon to come.
It's going to be a game changer, very transformational for the communities attached to the university.
With the rise of the student population over the years, the increase of traffic along the campus has followed, according to Chief Communications Officer Sid Salter.
So all of that creates not only vehicle traffic, but foot traffic. And most of our students want opportunities for walking, running, biking, things of that nature. So the Bulldog Way concept not only alleviates vehicle traffic issues, but it provides a multimodal transportation corridor.
Bulldog Way would connect between Blackjack Road and the intersection of East Lee Boulevard and Bailey Howell Drive. Salter says this project is one of many to come for the university as they continue and try to make MSU the best experience for current and future students.
As many amenities as we can create that makes the day-to-day college experience easier, more efficient, more convenient. That's a necessary part of holding serve in the competition for students.
And Senior Carter Wood is on board with this new development.
It's great that they're trying to work on that and fix that because there's a lot of apartments that live on Blackjack. A lot of people live on Blackjack. It feels good that they care about us, the students, and everyone that lives on that road, that they're willing to fix that and try to make that better.
And Salter says this project will take roughly 2 years to be completed. Reporting on the MSU campus, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
The new road was paid for through a 2017 federal grant.
Stunning weather across our region this afternoon. A live view across North Mississippi in Columbus. Some wispy cirrus, but that's just about it. Look at these gorgeous temperatures too. Low and mid 70s. Take advantage of it. It's going to be a bit cool though after sunset, which is now before 7 o'clock, really before 6:30 now. And our temperatures will cool down into the 60s, then 50s and 40s later on tonight. Yes, we are forecasting mid 40s. In many spots across the region, mainly clear all night long. Tomorrow we do it again. Upper 70s to low 80s, wall-to-wall sunshine. Your 7-day forecast in just a few more minutes.
Volunteers are headed back to Louisiana. Tupelo-based 8 Days of Hope will be in Jennings, Louisiana. This team recently returned home after working in Lake Charles. The group deployed more than 700 volunteers at the time to help families who were displaced by Hurricane Laura. This time, volunteers and team leaders will be assisting families who were affected by Hurricane Delta. 8 Days of Hope plans to be on the ground through early November. Louisville police have arrested 2 people in connection to a homicide investigation there. Joseph Crawford is charged with second-degree murder, while Sharika Smith is being held for accessory after the fact of murder. Initially, Crawford told police a masked robber jumped him and his friend Markevius Jordan, who was shot and killed during the incident. Following a polygraph, detectives determined that the story was fabricated. Louisville police say Crawford was having suicidal thoughts, and the victim, Jordan, tried to take the gun away from Crawford. Well, he admitted to then throwing a 9mm handgun in a Madison County creek. State troopers later found the gun. Crawford and Smith are being held at the Winston County Correctional Facility. A reformed man is arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a developmentally disabled woman. District Attorney Andrew Hamlin says a Pickens County grand jury indicted 44-year-old James Curtis Wilson on charges of second-degree rape, second-degree sexual abuse, and second-degree sodomy. Wilson was arrested Friday. Police say the initial investigation began when the victim's mother contacted the Pickens County Sheriff's Office back in April of 2018. The victim was in her early 30s at the time of the assault and lived in a Pickens County group home where Wilson was employed. Investigators don't believe the other residents were assaulted. Wilson is being held in the Pickens County Jail on a $100,000 bond. A Tennessee man already in jail for charges with the Noxubee County Sheriff's Department is now facing charges with the Macon Police Department. 21-year-old Keith Branch is charged with possession of a stolen firearm and 1 count of auto burglary. He was arrested last week and jailed on 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, 8 counts of auto burglary, and 2 counts of felony fleeing. He's in jail tonight on a $50,000 bond. A Columbus man is facing drug charges after narcotics agents found thousands of dollars worth of marijuana. 47-year-old Henry Lee Mays Jr. is charged with trafficking marijuana. This investigation began 8 months ago, but agents with the Lowndes County Narcotics Task Force found the drugs during a search of a home on 10th Avenue on October 2nd. They found around 20 pounds of high-grade marijuana and another 103 grams. The drugs have a street value of about $46,000. Investigators say they could file more charges and make additional arrests in this case.
Getting right back on the horse. How a local nonprofit that teaches adaptive horseback riding is galloping forward amid the pandemic. The story ahead on WCBI.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Andrea Self.
Welcome back, everyone. There is a connection between horses and their people. That's a bond that Sunshine Stables in Columbus builds, especially with children and adults who have special needs. WCBI's Stephen Pempo visited and explains what a ride around the corral means a lot to Ryder and those who volunteer.
It's just a warm feeling inside that she can be an independent person also, and that she will one day be an independent person.
10-year-old Nora Molina is growing up with low muscle tone. This can throw off her balance and affect her coordination. But her father says 6 months of horseback riding with Sunshine Stables in Columbus has changed her life.
It helps with their coordination, it helps with their balance, it helps with their core strength.
Anna Brown wants to give her students that independence and confidence. That's why she created these adaptive horseback riding classes for those with special needs.
I asked this 1,000-pound animal to do something, and they did it. And that's cool for anyone, but it's especially cool for someone who may feel out of control. several times during their life.
During lessons, Instructor Brown and her volunteers teach students the basics of riding, starting with communicating and forming a bond with the horse.
To get the skills and feel, oh, I'm good at this, I've got this, I can do this, and to see that kind of confidence come out, that's really just the best thing ever, is the confidence.
After COVID-19 shut them down in the spring, Sunshine Stables is back open with double the students. But that has created a new set of challenges.
Because of COVID and everybody having different schedules with work and school and hybrid stuff going on, we really need more volunteers to help.
Operating with masks, regularly sanitizing gear, Sunshine Stables is jumping through extra hoops to make sure students get the most out of the experience.
Forming friendships and connecting, that's a form of independence. That's something that you have that you may not have had, sitting at home.
In Columbus, Stephen Pimpo, WCBI News.
And if you would like to volunteer with Sunshine Stables, you can find more information on our website, WCBI.com. All right, if there's ever a picture perfect day, this was it.
Today was very nice, and it's only Tuesday, but I want to show you a quick preview of our possible Friday evening weather. It's going to be quiet, but look at these temperatures for the end zone, 50s and 40s. So we do have some cooler weather coming our way. We'll show you that in a 7-day forecast right after this break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It's that time of the year to start thinking about our frost and freeze situation that we may have. It's going to come at some point. The average first frost, 36 degrees, Columbus, Tupelo, Starkville, late October, 24th through the 28th, somewhere in there. As we get into early November, the average first freeze is likely on the 8th of November in Columbus, 4th, Tupelo, 8th in Starkville, and that hard freeze, that killing freeze, mid to late November. So we are getting closer and closer to it. We actually have some frost potential Saturday morning. We're going to forecast the low down to 39 degrees, but aside from that, we should be above that threshold, but it will be noticeably cooler as we get farther and farther in time. Now, right now across the southeast, it is gorgeous, tons of sunshine. There's a big system out there across the Pacific Northwest. That's associated with the cold front that will move through here as we get into your Thursday night. But ahead of it, we stay pretty nice and mild. 74 in Columbus, 78 in Jackson right now for you in Louisville, Mississippi, 75 degrees. Vernon, 72 at Durham's Pharmacy. Some of those wispy cirrus clouds, a great sunset developing, 74 in Columbus and in Tupelo on this Tuesday night. So we're looking at 40s to start out in Amory, back up to around 80 tomorrow. It's looking very, very nice. Basically wall-to-wall sunshine. Very similar, let's just say a copy of what we had today with slightly warmer temperatures that should get us back up to around 80, if not into the lower 80s around here with more of a southerly breeze at about 5 to 10. Today we had a northerly breeze, so tomorrow the wind switch around. We warm up just a little bit, low 80s around here. Really nice in Mississippi and Alabama. Not too bad here as we get into our Wednesday. So we have high pressure in control. That will stay with us as we get into your Wednesday. So southerly winds tomorrow and Wednesday, or tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and Thursday. That will get us warmer ahead of this next front that's coming our way. With the front, we'll have a little band of clouds and maybe a few showers as we get into Thursday night, Friday morning. And then another area of high pressure comes on in and clears things out as we get into the Friday afternoon and Friday evening time frame, just in time for football. But there could be a little bit of moisture with this frontal boundary. We don't really expect a lot. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Low 80s tomorrow and Thursday. A few showers possible Thursday night, Friday morning. Probably a lot of clouds Friday morning. Then we'll break into the sunshine and we'll be breezy, cooler, only into the 60s. There's that upper 30 forecast for Saturday morning. Your weekend, pretty nice, mostly sunny, gradually warmer into next week. After Sunday, all bets are off next week. It could be warmer or cooler. There could be some rain. We're splitting the difference right now. We'll keep you updated.
Mississippi State football with another tough test. Next in sports, Mike Leach on what makes Texas A&M so dangerous.
Here's sports with John Sokolow.
The path to get back in the win column isn't much easier for Mississippi State football this weekend. Number 11, Texas A&M coming to Starkville for a matchup at 3 this Saturday, and those Aggies certainly have some confidence after last week. Jimbo Fisher's club was down by double digits in the second half against number 5 Florida. However, his team rallied back to defeat the Gators thanks to a Seth Small field goal as time expired. State's defense is second in the SEC when it comes to yards given up per game, but Mike Leach knows his team will have its hands full.
I think they're real physical up front on their defensive line. I think they run to the ball well. Not really just intimidating, but just so solid. I don't see any holes, which is about the biggest compliment I can give a unit. You know, I don't see any specific weaknesses where they're really working around something, you know.
Number 2, Alabama at home in what was the highest scoring non-overtime game in SEC history. Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin has seen a lot of positives through the first few weeks. One of those, quarterback Matt Corral. Through 3 games this season, he's thrown for almost 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. He's second in the SEC in completion percentage and QBR, only behind quarterback Mac Jones. Head coach Lane Kiffin has been pleased with his progress.
I mean, I don't want to, rat poison the guy, but, A+. He's made so many plays, bailed us out of different things, and, I don't know what he was 1 last week. I'm sure Mac's 1 now, but they're probably still 1 and 2 in country and quarterback efficiency, and just has played lights out, which is difficult. I don't know many people would have expected that. Again, having no sprint, in a quarterback competition. It's not like he's, established starter in the 3rd year of a system. This is all new for him.
Friday will mark week 7 of End Zone. That's right, lucky number 7. Our game of the week features a couple of Class 3A foes who are about 17 minutes apart. The Emory Panthers and the Nettleton Tigers under the direction of head coach Alan Glenn. The Panthers enter the game with only 1 loss. 4-year starting quarterback Hunter Jones leads Emory's offense as they look to knock off the undefeated Tigers. Both teams bring plenty of playmakers to the field, making for a battle come Friday night.
They've got a few guys that can really, really run. The quarterback's kind of a dual threat guy, throws it well, runs it well, a physical runner himself with a good tailback in the backfield as well. So it's hard to simulate that in practice throughout the week. But, it is Amory Nettleton. We're close to each other. A lot of the kids know each other. So I think both teams will be ready to play.
We'll hear more from the Nettleton Tigers later this week as they prepare for the showdown. After another exciting slate of games Friday night, we have this week's Lineman of the Week. The Choctaw County Chargers have taken home the honors for Week 6. They took down Houston thanks to an offensive explosion. Jeff Roberts, lineman, had quite the night, helping lead them to a 59-36 win. The Chargers had 485 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, and 4 through the air as well. Football is a game won in the trenches, and Choctaw County certainly did that. That's why there are Linemen of the Week for Week 6. And we'll be right back. You're watching WCBI News at 6.
Tonight's Lineman of the Week is brought to you by 4 County Electric Power Association.
Tons of sunshine tomorrow, your Wednesday. Very nice low 80s. Also into your Thursday. A few showers possible into our Friday morning. Much cooler Friday. 60s for highs.
All right,
Football
sounds
weather,
good to me. Speaking of football, the Bills and the Titans kicking off here in just a moment. That is your news. We'll see you back here tonight at 9 and 10.